Simplify the expression, use only positive exponents in your final answer. So we've got a lot going on here. First, though, we're going to need to take care of these exponents on the outside, the negative force. Now, because these are both to a negative power, we're going to just switch them places, and that will make them positive. Remember, a negative exponent is basically just saying I'm in the wrong place. So we're going to rewrite this with the x cubed, y cubed, z cubed in the numerator, and it will now be to the positive fourth power. So since it switched to the numerator, that made the exponent become positive. Now we'll have 3x still to the negative 2 because we need to keep it exactly the same inside, y to the negative 5, and now this will all be to the positive 4. Okay? Now, we could distribute the 4 in, but because it's the 4 on both, I'm actually going to put these together. So we have x cubed, y cubed, z cubed over 3x to the negative 2, y to the negative 5th, and we're going to make this all to the 4th power. Now the reason I'm going to do this is so that I can combine these x's and y's before everything gets so big. So to combine the x's, I need to subtract the exponents. So, or another way you could think of it is since this is a x to the negative 2, we could bring this up to the numerator. So either way, we're going to have x to the 3rd minus a negative 2, which really you can see is going to add the 2. Similarly with the y, actually I'll do the y the other way so you can see it. So we'll have y cubed. Since it's y to the negative 5th, we're just going to bring that up top and make it a positive exponent, so y to the 5th. So it's the same thing, this is just two different ways of thinking about it. I would choose one though and go with that. And then still z to the 3rd, now just over 3 because the x's and the y's are gone. Okay, this is still raised to the 4th power. So 3 minus a negative 2 is going to be 3 plus 2, or 5, so x to the 5th. Y will have 3 plus 5, so it'll be y to the 8th, z to the cubed, all over 3. Okay, now we need to raise this to the 4th power, so each of these is going to be raised. So it'll be like 5 will need to be times 4, 8 will need to be times 4, 3 times 4, and 3 raised to the 4th power. So 5 times 4 will get x to the 20th, 8 times 4 will get y to the 32, 3 times 4 will get z to the 12th, and then 3 to the 4th power, well that's like 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So remember, exponent is just saying repeat. Repeat that and multiply it by itself. So 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81. So it'll all be over 81. Okay, now if you want, you could do it at this point instead of putting it together like we did right here. You could just work this out and say, okay, x to the 12th, y to the 12th, z to the 12th, do the same thing on the bottom and then combine like terms. But because the exponent was the same, I just personally thought it would be easier to put it together. Now, if exponents are different, say if this top one was 4 and the bottom one was 3, you could not put it together. It only worked because they were both 4. So what's great though is there are many ways to solve this problem and still get the correct answer. If you're feeling confused, please reach out.